morning, church. Just want to share a few thoughts with you this morning. I want to encourage some of you today to take control, to take back control in your life. You might have felt like this year has been completely out of your control. You might feel like your year's been on hold, and maybe this year's just flown by and just happened, and there have been changes that have happened that you've not been able to control. But I want to encourage you today that God is giving you an opportunity to take back some control. If I could use one word to describe 2020, it would be the word change. We've seen some incredible change in every area of our lives. We've had to change from the smallest to the greatest in certain things. And some of us have had to change jobs, and we've had to change how we work. We've had to change how we learn. We've had to change how we relate and how we do friends and how we do family. We've had to change how we shop, and we've definitely had to change how we do church. And all of this got me thinking. There's a difference between all the changes that happen around us that are outside of our control to the change that happens on the inside of us that is within our control, the change that we make. See, church, we are not merely made for survival, but we are made for significance. See, God has a plan and a purpose for your life. So many people I hear say that they're barely surviving 2020. See, God doesn't want us to just survive in this lockdown. He wants us to thrive in it. If there's one thing I've learned over the years is that opportunities will come and go. Sometimes if you miss those opportunities, they don't come round again. And God today is placing an opportunity in front of you to be able to take back some of that control so that you can build the significance and the plan and the purpose that He has for your life. See, God places those opportunities in front of us every single day. Don't waste this lockdown. Don't waste 2020. Don't waste this pandemic. When I entered lockdown back in March, I made a decision that I didn't want to come out of quarantine. I didn't want to come out of the lockdown the same way that I went in. I don't want to leave 2020 the same way that I entered it. But see, it's my choice. How I come out is my choice. Whether I come out of this lockdown heavier or lighter is my choice. Whether I come out full of the joy of the Lord or whether I come out depressed is my choice. Whether I come out bitter because things in my life have changed or whether I come out free is my choice. What choices, church, are you making today to bring the significance of God, the plan that He has for your life into fruition? See, there's a difference, church, to the changes that we have no control over, to the changes that we can control within us. See, how we come out of this is up to us. How we come out of this pandemic, how we come out of this lockdown is down to the choices and the changes that we are willing to make. See, I'm reminded of Joseph. He didn't choose to be betrayed. He didn't choose to be thrown into a pit. He didn't choose to go from freedom to slavery. But see, it was in his confinement, in his situation. It was where he found himself, in his lockdown, in his quarantine. He chose to change. It says in Genesis 39:21. And it just goes to say that the Lord was with him, that His kindness and His favour were his. See, we may find ourselves, church, in a pit. We may find ourselves confined. We may find ourselves in not of our own doing, in situations that are out of our control. But see, what we do within those situations is what matters. Joseph chose to be faithful. He chose to make changes in that situation. See, don't waste this opportunity. Don't waste it. Joseph didn't waste his prison experience. He didn't just survive prison, he thrived in it. And in that season, he was prepared for the significance. He was prepared for his purpose. How he came out was not how he went in. See, he went in falsely accused, bitter. He was betrayed. He was in slavery. But he came out faithful. He came out full of wisdom. And he entered into a position of office. He entered into his significance. He entered into his purpose. See, he didn't waste his opportunity. Church, don't waste the opportunity. Don't waste this lockdown. What areas do you need to change? What areas do you need to take control back of so that you can bring change to your life? See, there's a difference between the changes that happen around us that are not in our control and the changes that we make on the inside of us that we do control. What changes do you need to make today to bring positive change, what choices do you need to make to bring change so that you can enter into your significance, so you can leave this pandemic a different way than when you entered it? I want to encourage you today as I finish, that as God was with Joseph, he will be with you. That his kindness and his favour will be upon you today. Church, don't waste this pandemic. Be blessed.